Still Trick and Melo game.
With Trick Williams recently turning heel, probably like a couple of months ago, and with Carmelo Hayes on a downward spiral on the SmackDown main roster, I think it's time to round up the Trick and Melo game. You want to talk about it? Let's go. Hey, what's going on YouTube land? It's me TJ and welcome to my YouTube channel Wrestling Nostalgia, where I get my wrestling content on these videos. And today I want to talk about the reuniting of the reuniting of the Trick and Melo gang. So I think it's high time to have a serious conversation because honestly, it's not looking too hot for Carmelo Hayes on the main roster. And I feel like the only way to like bring him back into relevance or make him feel like a top guy again or something, man. I think it's time to put Trick and Melo back together and be tearing it up on the tag team scene. I mean, why not? And then we could do the whole breakup angle probably like in a year or so like that. And here's exactly how I would go about it. So I would have Carmelo Hayes be in a match or whatever, probably get beat up afterwards, and then have Trick come out and try to help him, and then them two stand tall. And then this is a sign that these two are going to be, you know, a new faction, a new tag team. Heck, you can even throw Kalani Jordan up in there if you want to, but right now I'm going to just focus on Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. So this is exactly how I would do it. I would just have them, you know, have backstage segments. We could do the whole barbershop, you know, in the background thing, like how they did before, you know, the whole nostalgia act. I would even have them bring back the whole jerseys in a rafter thing, like, oh yeah, got another victim, or whatever. And maybe even do two-belt Melo and have him be the United States champion too. And how we'd probably do it is like put a little bit of seeds of dissension between them. And when I say that, I mean like probably like have a United States Championship opening or like a fatal four-way and include both of them. And then it would be like, oh, can they coexist? Or, oh, if they, you know, like it's something there. Like they kind of fighting it or whatever. I mean, they already went against each other on NXT. I mean, what's going to happen on the main roster? So we can live out that whole nostalgia thing with that. I would have them win the tag team titles probably at Survivor Series. Whenever Trick decides to lose that TNA world title, because actually, I told y'all so. I told y'all he was going to be a world champion. And whether it's TNA or the WWE main roster, don't matter. A world title is a world title. And I'm so glad that they picked Trick to go ahead and carry that brand, because honestly, he's definitely big money in the making. And I feel like he's been doing a lot better. Like in-ring stuff is like a lot better. He's been doing a lot better on the promos, all that stuff. He's really becoming the guy. And again, Triple K, get your ass to the front. If you put them together and do some nonsense with them, like I said before, I'ma know something. Got my eye on you. I ain't fucking around, okay? We mean business around here. Kazoo. But anyways, I would just go ahead and have him be two-belt Melo. And then, you know what I'm saying, like he'll get big-headed and did this by myself, and it'll be like a repeat of what happened the last time when these two got together. But like I said, it will be like a slow burn, but not that slow. We're not going to do the whole angle where Austin and Grayson, that we not going to do that. Because I remember one time online it said, oh yeah, the slow burn of them and the dissension, tension between them, a few months, few weeks, more like few years, okay? They've been at each other's throats since what, 2022 or 2023? That's like 2 years, bruh. And now this man is injured. And you fumble on the whole breakup angle. Like, what the hell? Anyways, we're not talking about it. I'm kind of getting sidetracked because I'm getting pissed off at this crappy booking. Yo, this is ridiculous. So, what I would do is just have them like a slow tension or whatever. But like I said, no repeat of that whole thing. Anyway, like let's just go ahead and go forward. But I would have them have like a slow like burn of them like kind of like at odds and kind of like not really getting along in a tag team, and they're not like following each other's leads and everything like that. And then they finally, probably like after, let's just say a 6-month, 7-month reign, I think that should be fair enough. And then, you know, as they go up to the rankings and they beat everybody, beat all the top-notch tag team that SmackDown has to offer, I would just go ahead and probably like in a TLC match or something like that where they're both protected. They don't have to actually get pinned to lose the championships, because for whatever reason Triple H don't believe in protecting black men in wrestling. But hey, that's a video for another day that I'm definitely going to talk about at some point down the line. Be on the lookout for that, because I got lots to talk about with that. Triple H is the problem, and it may not be all Triple H, and maybe TKO and Endeavor. I think Endeavor ain't no more though, from what I heard. But anyways, let's just go ahead and move on. So I would just go ahead and have them lose the tag team titles, and then they could just go ahead and like break away from each other. Or they can do the whole thing where, oh, they have a rematch and then one of them get rolled up or something like that, like a miscalculation or whatever. Have them get rolled up, either one of them. Probably Melo, since, you know, he used to losing, but hey, whatever. Say no. Let's just say Trick. All right, let's just go ahead with Trick. And Trick gets rolled up and he like, and then they just wind up having a whole breakup angle, and they just at each other's throat and it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. They could beat the holy hell out of each other all up and down the ring to have a whole pull apart angle, and then they just dive out on each other, all that other good stuff. And then we could do the whole them two going into SummerSlam or something like that. I think, did I just cook with that? Like, yeah, I think that would be that'd be the move. Also, remember, piggybacking on what I said earlier about throw Kalani in there. That actually would be great, because then she could be like, no, you guys, you need to stop fighting. Like, we're supposed to be a team and da-da-da-da-da. Look, Kalani, I like you and all, talking about this Trick Williams, but you need to mind your business between two men. But I don't want you to fight. You guys are friends. Da-da-da-da. Like, you know, she could play an integral part. Maybe she could come in and do the whole betrayal angle. I mean, well, it won't really be a betrayal, because, I mean, that's, you know, her man, a.k.a. Carmelo, and she could just go ahead and turn heel right then and there. I don't know, but hey, did I just cook up something? Because I mean, I think that would be hot coming into SummerSlam, and oh, these two used to be friends, and they were supposed to be at SummerSlam, and da 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 da. So I mean, I think that could work, but we have to wait and see, because WWE don't want to put black people on the PLE events that actually make sense and matter. But hey, you don't want me in that right room, because I'm trying to tell you, all them black people be. I'm putting all my people on. You better stop playing so much. You gonna love it. But anyways, that's how I would book it, because honestly, I feel like that's the only way that like Carmelo's gonna like finally get up in the rankings in WWE, and then like be like a monster heel, like after he turns his back on Carmelo, and then you could have Trick be face, and then they could just go for 3-for-3, or maybe just like another one-on-one match. But I would have Carmelo go over, only because he actually needs it a little bit more than Trick Williams does, being as though that he's a former world champion. And that would be great, being as though that he is a former world champion. He gets a win over one, and then we could put him in contention, you know, and beating other former world champions, and then have him be contention for a world title. Maybe he could defeat Cody, but girl, you all know that WWE, that's their savior, and they probably do everything they can to protect him. But whatever, we gotta wait and see how everything's gonna play out. Another way to like make Melo a thing, make him win matches. Bro, you ain't even gotta give him the world title just yet. Like, it ain't no reason why in God's green earth he ain't even the United States champion, but Braun Breaker is 2-time Intercontinental champion. Yeah, I'ma know something if he don't win no title at the end of the year.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
But we have to wait and see how everything play out. And before I end this video, I wanted to wait and watch SmackDown just to see what direction they were going to take Melo, even though he's barely, you know, featured on SmackDown. But, I mean, by happen chance, I watched it and they actually did show him. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and do this whole betrayal angle between The Miz and Carmelo Hayes. And it looked like The Miz is up to no good and probably getting his own self a United States Championship opportunity, because originally that's exactly what Carmelo was going in Nick Aldis's office, because the Miz was all like, "Oh yeah, I went in there and tried to get us a tag team championship opportunity or whatever." And Melo was all like, "Oh well, I mean, where have you been? Like, you've been gone for 2 months." And remember, I had talked about that in another video, and it was just crazy how they just dropped this storyline, and now all of a sudden that I'm talking about it, now they are doing something with Melo. But in the rest of the video, all of a sudden you see Nick come out of nowhere after Melo had wrapped up his conversation with The Miz. So obviously The Miz was lying. So we're going to see what's going to happen, and maybe this will be the start of a face run for Carmelo Hayes. And Carmelo can actually work as both heel and face, but we have to wait and see how everything works out.
What was that about?
Just the man I wanted to talk to. Can we speak in your office?
Okay.
And as you just saw, if The Miz had just talked to Nick and got them a tag team championship opportunity, why would The Miz say, "Oh yeah, just the man I want to talk to," talking about Nick? You don't find that suspicious?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Comment down below. How do you feel about Carmelo and Trick getting back together? Do you feel like it's about high time, being as though that Carmelo is a heel now and so is Trick? Are they trying to align them together, being as though that, you know, Trick for the most part now, or should I say up until like a couple of months ago, he was a face. But we have to wait and see how everything play out. Comment down below, like, share, and subscribe. Help me grow this channel. Your love and support is definitely greatly appreciated and welcome. Peace. TJ, I'm out.